Okay, so let's look at a section through a cylinder and cone, and not to figure out the section and how that looks like, but to figure out how the resulting volume looks like after a cut. So how would a cylinder, for instance, look like after you cut it with a plane? Okay, right, to like unfold the cylinder, so we figure out its projection in a single plane. Okay, because remember, a cylinder is a curvy volume. You can unfold it and create a planar projection. So we'll start off by drawing the circle in a planar view, right? Just a little square, and then we add a circle in that little square, and we go for a frontal view. The plan we will cut with is a plan perpendicular on the XOZ plane. Okay, so you get a nice plane there, which is perpendicular. And it's going to be inclined at 45 degrees, most likely. Okay, good. Let's go for the frontal view. Yeah, and we got the plane there in the frontal view. First one for a random plane, but then, whatever. Let's go for a 45-degree one. Okay. Right, let's see. This is very interesting. We need to know the 8 points of the ellipse in the planar view, so we can draw them in the frontal view then. Okay, good. If you remember the 95.5, this is going to be kind of a more 5% lesson. Okay, so what did I do there? I grabbed one of the 8 divisions on the circle. I grab that on a compass, and then I'm drawing the 8 divisions on a straight line towards the right-hand side. This isn't a triple projection, this is just a planar view and a frontal view. Right, so on the right-hand side, I'm drawing the, let's say, unfolded cylinder. Okay, so does it make sense? You just grab a compass, and you take one of the 8 arches, you grab that in each of them in the compass, and you just put them all on the right hand side, and then you intersect that with the points, okay, that you get from the frontal view cut. Okay, good, and now it's time to just draw how the cut would look like. So you get this weird shape, right? You're going to get this weird shape, which, if you could imagine, if you take and rotate, okay, it would create the shape that stays, that's the final result after this 45-degree angle cut. Okay, so it's going to be this curvy thing. Okay, very good, very curvy. Okay, so again, step 1, draw the planar view and frontal view and the 45-degree angle, and get those intersections. Step 2, get 1/8 of the bottom circle, and just put that 8 times towards the right-hand side, and then project all the points until they intersect. Okay, good. Let's go. Right. Maybe we've got something to draw on axonometric as well. Okay, other than that, this is kind of an interesting drawing. You could also draw the ellipse in real size. Okay, the custom ellipse that you get from the 45-degree cut in the real size, but then that's going to be different. You're going to get a different thing. Okay, you are going to get a a kind of a planar change, projection plane change, exercise, which is a different lesson for like a future assignment. Okay, so we will keep that for now. Right, this is all very good. Okay, so you need to remember that thing with dividing the circle by 8 and putting the length of each of the segments towards the right hand side to create that curve. Okay, good. And yeah, we are getting closer to creating like a cylinder in axonometric right now. and then we will create that specific section, right? That specific ellipse. Okay, this is very predictable right now. It's just a matter of drawing those top and bottom horizontal ellipses and drawing the custom ellipse after, and we are done. Okay, it's one of the fundamental elements of theory, let's say, for drawing. I'll just draw both the ellipses and then we will go for the custom one. And the custom one, you need to, because it's inclined, you need to grab both. You need to grab all heights from the frontal view, then draw the triangular prism, right, in which it fits. Okay, and then fit everything in. Okay, good. Arch there and arch there. And this is how everything works. Okay, smaller arches on the left and right for both top and bottom ellipses of our cylinder. Okay, this is a very nice, predictable exercise. It's just going to create a lot of good stuff. Okay, it's very nice. It's enjoyable. Okay, always when you're drawing weird stuff that's, you know, it's kind of custom, that's kind of a interesting, unique experience. Okay, so let's copy those intermediary points for the custom ellipse. Remember, for an ellipse you've got 8 points, okay, 4 maximums and 4 intermediary ones. Okay, those are the maximums and the others are the intermediary ones. Careful with drawing this ellipse, it needs to be smooth, okay, because if it's smooth then you can really connect everything up. Again, if you want a, that's kind of not as smooth as I want it to be. I'll correct it as we get there. If you want to have a more stable line, just go for a bit of a less sharpened pencil, right, to draw that line. That's going to be the base. Okay, good. Again, less sharpened pencil to get more stability and control over your line. No, not that. Okay, this is very good. Yeah. Let's correct everything up to get the correct proportions. Okay, good. And that's kind of it. It could have done. It could have had a bit more effort to the custom ellipse. Again, using a less sharpened pencil, but overall not bad. Okay, let's go again for the volume. So we are going to have a cone, okay, which we will draw in with a section that cuts through it, so a section that creates an ellipse. Okay, so we are starting with the base, which is a ellipse, again a horizontal ellipse, and then we are going all the way up. Okay, the height is there. And yeah, we need to draw the planar frontal view so we can get that section. Now that section is what we're after. Again, we are going to draw a circle in planar view and a triangle in the frontal view. And basically you intersect, you cut that frontal view with a 45-degree plane. And obviously you get 8 points that you project, and we will see how. Because it's obviously because it's a cone, it can't have the same kind of spatial projection, right? If you try to unwrap it, it's going to look like a more of an arch than a band, or like a rectangle. It's going to look like an arch thing. We'll get there. So we got the 8 points right now. And let's do the cut. We will take all these points up, but then we'll connect them to the tip, okay? Because that's the point of a cone, right? It's not literally connecting all the way up. It's not like a cylinder with vertical lines. These points go to the base and then they connect inclined to the tip. Right, so I'm drawing a huge arch now, and I did exactly what I did for the previous exercise when I go and basically take 1/8 of the bottom circle and put that 8 times on the exterior arch. Okay? So now we get this shape like a fan, and after we connect it with the tip, okay, let's see how this is going to work. You connect that with the tip, and we need to do the section now, so cutting in a frontal view, in a planar view, and you are going to get some points there. Right, more horizontal lines. Obviously noting down the points because you will need them when you are drawing the projection on the right. Okay, drawing these horizontal lines and stopping them on the right hand side edge of our cone, and then we will get a compass and draw all these crazy arches, okay, that span all the way through our fan shape, which is actually the unraveled shape of our cone. And now if we grab all these shapes, these points, it's going to make a lot more sense. You see, that's kind of a small mistake there. You need to have 8 segments. So they go lower, 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 and back up. Okay, because of our cut. And if you connect them, this is kind of how they look. Okay. This tongue-shaped thing. Okay. Which is interesting. Okay, it's kind of interesting. So if you cut for a cone, you get this weird shape. Right, let's see. So let's connect everything up in the frontal view. We need to grab the different heights for the planar section, so we can create that custom ellipse. Okay. Good, good. We're connecting everything up. Yeah, you can note the points down if that helps you. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2. Okay. 3, because it overlaps on the latter 3. Okay, let's see. So it's just a matter of figuring out the width of this crazy little, what you call it, okay? Crazy little ellipse. You find out the width by intersecting the edge, which is inclined, to the side edges, okay? See those side edges that start off from the side maximum points? Okay. So let's connect everything up. And then obviously we will grab the bottom points, which are the intermediary points, and connect all of those up so we get the custom ellipse for the cone. Okay, and this is looking very interesting. Very, very interesting. And obviously let's thicken the lines that we've got left. So what we drew over there in a projection, in a planar projection, is kind of the unraveled shape of this weird cone. Okay, very important stuff. Right. Dashed lines, maybe thicken the section a bit. Don't forget this section needs to look very round. Okay. And yeah, that's kind of it. Next.